Good morning. Welcome to the SBCSC virtual day. This is the day for the zone. So I want to thank you guys for attending and viewing in. So I just want to talk a little bit about the awesome comments and how we fly at Coquillard. So at our school, we're not like the normal school. We have a different belief system. We're empowered by the zone. Our fearless leader, Dr. Camacha, she believes in making sure that she identifies barriers. So we do not act as if barriers do not exist. But at Coquillard, what you're going to find is we're going to teach to the social emotional needs of the student. And we're going to have a belief system set up that every scholar has the opportunity to not only get to college if that is the choice, but to succeed in life. So we're raising lifelong learners, and we're actually applying it in everything we do at our school. So one thing we like to talk about is our acronym, the BAGS. Or our BAGS acronym is behaviors, and behaviors, we talk about our student leadership behaviors. We don't talk about behaviors as far as I'm going to penalize a kid for something. We believe in making sure students own their academics and their education. And we want to talk about attendance. So we talk about attendance as far as engaging. You can be at school, but if you don't enjoy where you're at, it's like you're not there at all. So we want to make sure our kids love being there. And we don't call them kids anymore. Once they step in Coquillard, they become scholars because we're preparing them for the future. And finally, the grades. So grades are very important. Grades are an indicator of how your student can compete. So we're going to make sure that students identify their grades and they look at data weekly at Coquillard. And we have a high belief system. So we're not going to take a student and not push for the limits. And we want to make sure our kids have every opportunity. And we believe the college conversation starts in kindergarten. Finally, with the bags is the S. The S is the most important for us, is social emotional. There's no reason to try to teach a kid if you have not convinced that kid you care. One thing you're going to find at Coquillard, we really care. If a kid is sitting at home and slouching in their bed, we at Coquillard, we bring dust to your house. So we saw that at the beginning of the year, some of our kids were slouching, they were laying in that bed, they were not focused. We can't have engagement if they don't feel they're in the classroom. So we took desks to the house. And that is a part of what we do at the zone. We eliminate barriers. It is no reason that we should not have the best student that can compete everywhere. And we want every kid to feel that way when they step in our building. And how we do that is making sure that we eliminate those barriers. And that is something that we are focused on as a school. So when we took those desks to the houses, we also found there were other needs. If students did not have proper food at home, or if they didn't have proper clothes at home, it is like I don't care about you. So here at Coquillard, we make sure we care for it before we start teaching you. And once we show you that we care, you're a part of our family. We do not make decisions at our school without including the parents, without including our scholars, and without including everybody in our community. So that is very important for us, that we show that we care about the student past just what they do in our classroom. Now, once we get in our classroom, we're definitely going to teach, and we're going to teach you to compete. And we're going to teach you skills in math, because math is a great indicator of a student's success. And so we really focus on our math, we really focus on our reading, and we have great ELL supports. We believe that our ELL students have great capacity, and our diverse learners should attain. And we do not look at kids as a number. We know our students. We know their struggles. We know what they need to do, and we fill those gaps. So we pride ourselves at Coquillard on doing things like champions. And one of the things you will find when you walk in our door, because everybody that watches this, if you want to stop by Coquillard, we're going to have a prize for you just for stopping by. We want you to see our team atmosphere. And I want you to take away from my conversation really quickly before I pass it on to my teammates that it's no excuse for us. And what I mean by that is we're going through a pandemic, time like no other. And it's a time that you can say, hey, hey, because you're going through this and kids are in and out, we're going to not have the best instruction. That's not what we do. We do incentives, and we bring the incentives to your house. So we want our kids to feel a part of what we do. We have recess, and we do it at your house, and we bring the things that we reward you to your house. We're going to stop at nothing to make sure that no matter what, we deliver the best instruction. So we want you to step into Coquillard and feel our family atmosphere and feel what we do and feel what we stand for. We still have high beliefs. We partner every student with another adult in our building, and we make sure that we check in with that kid in the morning, we check in with that kid during the day, and we check in with that student after school to make sure he or she is prepared for success. And it can be a lonely thing if you don't have partnerships. So we like to do a celebration weekly, and we make sure we highlight our students and we push each other to excellence. So I can talk all day about Coquillard because we're comets and we're always flying, and that's what I like to do. But I got to talk and I got to pass it to one of my teammates. One thing you'll find at Coquillard, we do everything as a unit. We do everything as a family, and we walk and talk the same thing. So I'm going to pass it to one of my special people, Ms. Bush. She's going to come in and talk about some of the enrichments that we do and some of the things that we enjoy to do and how we do intervention. Intervention is very important. You're going to have some students that are going to get behind. That's not the problem. The problem is, what does the school do at that point to make sure that student gets caught up? So we understand that you may have some gaps in reading, but we're going to put those supports in place. We're going to do small groups, and our instruction is very targeted to the individual child. We don't look at the kid, like I said, as a number. We looked at them like a completion of art, that we're going to paint the picture and draw it and outline it and guide them into their success. So at this time, before I continue to fly as a comment, I'm going to pass it to Mrs. Bush.
Thank you, Dr. Reed, and good afternoon to everybody. What can I say about the amazing Coquillard comment? And you are absolutely right, Dr. Reed. We are living in unprecedented, uncertain times. But the one thing that we are absolutely certain about is our ability and our commitment to ensuring the absolute educational success of our scholars. We love each and every one of our students, and we have wrapped our arms around each of our students and their families. We are family, student and family centered. The one thing that Dr. Camacho has implemented into the empowerment zone is that equity piece. And that's what our small groups are about. That equity piece is meeting the student where the need is. Every student's needs are not the same. And so we have an individualized small group instruction where we are teaching, we're implementing core values into our students, both in reading and in math, social and emotional. I love Coquillard, I love our students, and under the direction of our fearless principal, Dr. Reed, we have administered to so many of the needs, not just at Coquillard, but in the community. We were able to distribute desks to our students. We were able, under the fearless and giving and generous direction of our principal, we were able to feed 50 families with full Thanksgiving dinners in our community. And we are meeting the need wherever that may be. We are here to ensure the success of every one of our students. We are here to ensure the safety and well-being of our students. We are distributing food on a daily basis, and that will still continue on as we are dealing with our COVID crisis. And we are continuing to forge in these unprecedented times. I am an intervention specialist, and I am conducting small reading groups, not just 2 or 3 times, but every single day. I am meeting with our children, our students, our scholars to ensure that we are closing the educational gap. That is our main focus. We, again, are student and family centered. I thank you for this opportunity. There is no school like Coquillard Elementary. Shout out to our phenomenal staff who is courageous and committed to ensuring quality education. Thank you for this time.
Hello, my name is Maria Taskos, and I am a first grade teacher at Coquillard Elementary School. I wanted just to start off by saying how much I love working at Coquillard, being a part of the Coquillard team. We really have a strong community throughout our staff that continues day in and day out to support our students and to really push them forward. I'm also driven by the vision and mission of the zone, and I firmly believe in everything behind that continues to push our students forward. One thing that I wanted to explain to everyone watching is a online program that we use within our curriculum called Iready. Iready is used with reading and with math, and at the beginning of the year we each give the kids a beginning of year test, and that as a teacher tells us exactly where your child is and what all they need to do to continue to move forward. Throughout then every day we have a goal of getting the students on Iready for 10 to 15 minutes a day minimum on their personalized learning path. And what that does is the program basically tells us as educators what we need to teach them to close those gaps and to continue moving forward. And then with the support of the program, it also then gives the students practice and quizzes and allows them to close those gaps and move forward in each of the reading and math programs. And then to continue to try to get those kids to want to get on Iready more than just their 10 minutes a day, we do at the end of the week a weekly celebration with how many minutes each student and each grade level has completed. And with that, we have a school-wide assembly where we announce the names of each grade level and each student getting the most minutes in reading and the most minutes in math, and they then receive a prize. Now, we understand that we are virtual and that many parents may have barriers in being able to pick up those prizes, so we do also offer staff members to go and deliver these prizes so that we are really getting to the needs of every one of our students and celebrating all students. I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Ethan Moroz, and he's going to go a little bit more about our extra programs.
Hi, my name is Ethan Rose, and I am a restorative justice coach and librarian and behavioral intervention at Coquillard. So just to say it one more time is I love Coquillard with all my heart, and I just love being a part of the team there. To focus on clubs, like Maria said, one thing is we do a lot with clubs and after-school programs, especially. I'm going to kind of talk about some we did last year and some going forward since the two times look quite different. So last year, and once we get the COVID situation under control, we had a futsal club, we had a soccer club, we had a basketball club, we had a robotics club, all of which were after school, and a comic book club, and a golf club, actually. So all of which were after school, and once we're in a position where we're able to implement those once again, they will be implemented. Everybody who was a part of them last year is like eager to get them going again, myself included. This year also we have plans. Something I'm really excited about is down in the library area we're going to be having like a digital media center. So coming hopefully when we return to the second phase of sheltered e-learning, we will be starting that program up, and it's going to be like it's a lot of really cool opportunities where we're going to have some music creation stations. We're going to have a couple of different like digital media workstations that are really kind of like future career focused, but just like in a nice low-key elementary way where we're learning about music creation and design and stuff in just kind of some kid-friendly ways. So that's something that I'm going to be a part of. I'm really excited about. Something else that I think just to discuss briefly is we are a restorative school. So myself and Charles Jamerson are the restorative justice coaches in the school. And I think it just really plays into the whole mission of the school is that we focus on repairing harm in any and all relationships. So one thing that a lot of kind of like typical punitive school situations don't address is the harm between that is created whenever something happens between teachers together, between administrators and teachers, between students and teachers, between students and students, between parents and teachers. And it's something that we are really intentional about addressing and kind of trying to support one another and coach each other through the process of working through those issues together so that we can repair harm, not just kind of like brush past it. And I think it just plays into, like at Coquillard, we really focus on the whole child. So this equity piece that I'm so passionate about, that the zone is so passionate about, that Dr. Camacho and Dr. Reed are so passionate about, it is really like what we live and breathe, and we are really intentional about being equitable. So like if you take food distribution, which some people have touched on, we do it from the school, and then Mr. Jameson and I also every Friday also deliver food to anyone who was not able to come up to the school to get it but needed it. And we've kind of taken that same equitable approach with all things e-learning as well. So like Wi-Fi is a really big challenge, and one of the things is we can get hotspots, but an issue we were running into a lot is just people that still like it's just very unfamiliar to them. So I'm pretty regularly going to people's homes and making sure that Wi-Fi or other things are fixed from a safe standpoint. But just kind of going above and beyond when you need more support with computers or you need some more support with Wi-Fi. We want to be intentional about giving the families the support that they need. And that kind of just, I wake up every day just being really honored to be a part of a school that is being really intentional about being equitable and giving our families whatever it is they need. Thank you. I'm going to pass it back to our fearless principal.
I'm Gabby, Miss Gabby. I'm the bilingual education specialist. Oh, sorry. I'm the bilingual education specialist here at Coquillard. I'm going to talk in Spanish just a little bit, solo para resumir un poco qué fue lo que dijeron los otros trabajadores. Tomamos muchos pasos necesarios para eliminar barreras en nuestras familias que tal vez distraiga o limite el enfoque de nuestros estudiantes. Una de las cosas que hicimos ese año, al principio del año, fue regalar pupitres y sillas a los estudiantes que lo necesiten, y durante todo el año nuestras familias reciben comidas durante todo el año mientras lo necesiten. También les quería mencionar que nos enfocamos en ayudar a los estudiantes, todos los estudiantes de las escuelas con lo que necesiten. Nos enfocamos en ayudar a los estudiantes con el inglés limitado para asegurar que todos nuestros estudiantes reciban la calidad de educación necesaria para todos los estudiantes de cada nivel. Eso es para todos los estudiantes, y también damos los servicios bilingües para esos estudiantes hispanohablantes y las familias hispanohablantes. Tenemos varios trabajadores bilingües en el edificio para dar servicios a las familias y igual a los estudiantes. Aquí en Coquillard siempre nos enfocamos en ayudar a los estudiantes y nuestras familias lo que necesiten y el bienestar de nuestras familias. Así que es un honor poder trabajar en esta escuela. Gracias. Vamos a seguir con nuestro director.
All righty. As we close out, you got a chance to see some of our awesome staff members. That's very important that you see the faces of Coquillard. I do want to mention some of my staff members that are not here that you're going to meet when you come in our building. I want to remind you, for everybody that stops by Coquillard this week, we do have a prize for you. In order to get that prize, you have to know the acronym GREENS. I'm going to go over that in 1 second. But before I do that, I want to give a shout out to our staff members that are not here, our awesome teachers. It is not going to be a place you're going to walk in like our teachers. Our teachers really care about their students. They care about everything about their kids. They care about how they teach them. I saw a teacher teach a kid math by telling that kid, hey, you like basketball, you have to know percentages. And if you want to do this in life, you have to know how to manage money. So we really teach the kid, and we really teach them the way that they have to learn. You don't learn math the same for everybody, and we understand that. So our teachers really are focused on how to teach the individual kid. So I think that's very important. So I want to give a shout out to all our teachers. They work phenomenal. They work as partners, and they partner with the family, and we're a nothing in the zone without the community. So we are really focused on priding ourselves on reaching out to the community, and we are a part of the community. So when we do things, we do it with the community. So I really want to give a shout out to our teachers, our phenomenal instructional coach, who makes sure that the instruction is rigorous and that is able to translate to life. And I think our social worker, Allie, who is phenomenal with meeting with parents and finding out the needs of the students and making sure that our kids have everything to feel supported every day. And then our AP, who looks at our diverse learners and makes sure they feel empowered every day, and looks at our ELL students and makes sure that they get all the minutes that they need to translate to our instruction. So that is the kind of staff that we have at Coquillard. And I would be at no other place. I don't think there's a place like Coquillard. You're going to feel like a family when you walk in our door. So to get the prize when you come to Coquillard, you need to know what it means to be in the greens. I'm going to put this up right here. Might show backwards, but yes. So green, game one, respect, effort, ethical, and noble. So if you can tell me one of those when you walk in the door, my partner, Brother Melrose, is going to give you a prize. I'm going to make sure he does that. So the G in game one, it stands for, are you ready? You know, this is something that we want to have fun doing. We don't want instruction to be boring. We want you to have fun when you walk in our door. The R is for respect. If we respect that, we have a path to respecting our teacher, and our teacher is also going to give us that respect, and we're going to use proper words, and we're going to treat this like life. So we respect every minute of our instruction. We do not waste instructional minutes. And effort. I watch kids that can play the video game for 20 hours in a week. We put that same effort into Iready, into our instructional practices. So we make sure that kids understand that they are going to become scholars when they leave Coquillard. And we have to put the same effort into our instruction and make it something that they love to do. And ethical. Do we follow the classrooms? The class rules? Do we help each other? Do we help become leaders in our class? And the last N is noble. I am supportive of my classmates. I am concerned about my classmates. So to get the prize at Coquillard, all you have to do is know our acronym GREEN. So we stay on the go at Coquillard because we're flying highest common. So if you know one of these acronyms, you get the prize. Walk up in Coquillard because we want to meet you. We love to meet our community members. We love to open our doors to you. We'll allow parents to stop by and see instruction as it takes place because we have nothing to hide. We do look for us with parents, and we want you to see that we don't just say things, that we make sure we adhere to them at Coquillard. So I really thank you guys for joining us today, and the Empowerment Zone really thanks you for your support, and we look forward to having you at Coquillard. Enrollment is now. There's no better place to fly than with the Commons. Thank you.